I was honestly done with the humans in the SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8 line after owning Reno and seeing how his articulation was. And it just didn't seem like they improved this with anyone else in this line. Which sucks because I really wanted the Hoshino figure, but I'm not wasting my money on a release that can't replicate what the character does in the series. So I was done with the humans in this line. But then they revealed that they were making a Kafka. And this caught my eye because I do like Kafka's human form design and I would love it to go with my Reno. So I figured I'd give them one more chance and it's now here, so let's see how it is. First, let's look at the packaging. It's really dope and clean. It's got like all these red paint splatters and some gray texture on it that really makes the box pop and look good. Then we can see the figure inside pretty well, and beside it there's a big promo of it. And then here's its name and some branding. Here's the top of the box, and then here's each side of it, and then here's the bottom, which does look clean. And lastly, here's the back of the box showing off the figure and the fact that there isn't much to do with it. So yeah, that sure does get you hyped for this figure, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't. But at least the packaging is clean overall, so let's now see how this figure is. And to my surprise, this figure is actually awesome! I'm just kidding. It's pretty mid and it's a pretty frustrating release to me, because there's many elements that I just do not agree with, especially for the price at which this figure retails at. So let's first talk about its look. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like it's trying its best to resemble Kafka, but I just don't think it's fully there. First, the hair isn't right to me, because Kafka be low-key having a receding hairline and this figure doesn't have that or even attempts to. Then while we were by his face, let's talk about it. I don't think it's that good. Like his skin tone is too pale, Kafka's a bit more tan, so this isn't right, and then his eyebrows and eyes aren't really done right either. They are supposed to be like this and not like this, which I guess to some it might not matter, but I gotta point that out as to me it just doesn't seem accurate. I don't know, the more I'm looking at references, the more the face just has so many little details that aren't as accurate as I'd like. And I know, I sound super nitpicky, but y'all, this is a 9,000 yen release, so it's $60 plus. It should have a killer likeness and not this. Maybe it's somewhat passable, like a D+, I don't know. Then moving down to his body, I think it's too skinny to be Kafka. Like, come on. Kafka has some size to him, and this dude ain't got that, so that sucks. But I will give them props in the look department with the amount of detail that they put. Like, the suit has plenty of little details in it. Like, his main zipper looks nice, the armor pieces are clean, and the shoulder pads have nice printing, and then it's always cool to see the spine armor piece. And there's other areas that are sculpted nice, like the armor on the arms and legs. But, of course, they don't look as good as they could and should, because there's like zero paint on this guy. He's an unseasoned piece of chicken. Well, I take that back. I think there's paint on the silver and gray area, which could be done slightly better. But for the most part, there's no paint or shade on this guy, and it does make him look cheap. Like, they could have put something on this guy to give him a more premium look and feel. And now for something that's really annoying to me about this release, it's the pouches. And you can only guess why. Yup, shit does not want to stay on. It's primarily with this gun holster one, as the others are fine for the most part, but my goodness, this freaking gun holster one does not want to stay on for crap. It's like on another level of being annoying to deal with. Seriously, I just wish they would do this differently instead of relying on this tiny double ball peg setup they got going on, because this connection is insanely weak on mine, and it's just annoying. Also, another thing that's annoying about this holster and stuff is the fact that the weapons aren't removable. Like, this knife isn't and this gun isn't either. Now, the gun one does have a separate empty holster to combat not being able to take the gun out, which I don't like because 1, just make the gun removable from the holster, and 2, it's executed poorly. The empty spot where the gun goes is filled in with green plastic, and this just looks awful and cheap. It should be empty since there's nothing in the holster. Nah, instead, bro got a big green brick in there. Oh, and yeah, this holster also can't stay on for crap, and it's annoying. I, for real, can't stand this holster or the setup it's on. It's lame and cheap. And y'all know what else is lame and cheap? His accessories. Kafka doesn't come with crap. Seriously, I wish I was joking on saying that this is all he comes with, but I'm not, and it's unacceptable for this price. He first comes with 3 different faceplates. He comes with his neutral face, which y'all know how I feel about. The likeness isn't there for me. Then he comes with a joyful happy face. It's not bad, but I would have loved it if they made his smile bigger, like how it is shown in the series. So it's like pretty decent. And then he comes with a goofy expressionate face of him like being shocked. And I actually really love this face, and I think they did good with it. Like, the likeness isn't bad, and there's plenty of details like the big whited out eyes, sweat beads, and big open mouth. Great face, and I've had fun messing around with. But that's it for the faces. Not happy with that. He should have came with more, like a teeth gritted and angry yelling face. Or like a gas mask one that came with Reno. Cause this ain't cutting it. Especially for its price. And then he comes with 6 interchangeable hands. 2 fisted hands, a gun holding hand, a gun barrel holding hand, an open hand, and a karate chop looking hand. So only 1 pair of hands and the rest are all individual. Now the selection isn't horrible, but I would have loved like 2 open hands at the least. And then he comes with a gun. I like it and it looks good as it's detailed well and has a nice gunmetal metallic finish on it. Also, when using the gun, make sure to swap this gun holster out so it can be empty. And yeah, I hate doing this and y'all already know how I feel about this holster. It's crap. Just make it to where the gun can go in and out. It's not that hard. And then lastly, he comes with a DLC fist for Kaiju number 8. It's pretty cool and it does look nice on number 8. And no, it doesn't fit on Kafka because the hole is too big, but you can sort of just have it sit there, which can look sort of cool. But that's it for the accessories. The selection is not acceptable for the price. And what's sad is how this figure comes packaged to make it look like it comes with a lot, but the reality is this. Yeah, a half-empty tray, since this side has a DLC piece and pouches that go on his body, which are essential to his look, and only one that's considered an accessory to me is the gunless pouch. But still, this is sad and unacceptable. This figure should cost no more than $35 with this selection, and even that's being generous. So yeah, the accessories stink, so let's see if the articulation is any better. And well, just like the other humans in this line, he's definitely limited and does feel wonky when posing. But even with saying that, I've still been able to hit some cool and decent enough poses with this guy, just nothing like stupid crazy. So first, looking at the head range, it's pretty limited looking upwards since the neck joint doesn't want to go past the spot. Then he can look pretty far downwards, look side to side fine, and then gets fair all around head tilt. As for the shoulders, the pads don't get in the way, so the arms go really far upwards, so that's good. He then has a joint in the shoulder that allows the arms to wiggle around, pop out, which is interesting, and allows the arms to cross over one another going forwards and backwards. He has a swivel at the bicep, double joint elbows that get phenomenal range, and good wrist articulation. Then for the crap show, the torso articulation. The upper diaphragm joint can go forwards and backwards, but it's pretty much meaningless. It basically just makes him slouch a very tiny bit ways forward, which stinks. And it's crazy that there's gappage on the back when he's barely even leaning forwards. Like, this is something. And then he can crunch more backwards than forwards, but it doesn't look good either. So yeah, but I will say that he can turn side to side decently and gets fair all around tilt. But the upper torso crunch is awful, and you'd think the waist joint would help with the crunch, but it doesn't. This is it for the overall crunch of this figure. This is terrible. Literally could get more crunch from a 2x4. It's ridiculous. At least you know he can crunch further going backwards, but like, it should really be the other way around, so this stinks. At least he can twist side to side though and get a tiny bit of tilt, which is nice that we can get something from this joint. Then for the legs, they can kick this far forwards, go this far backwards, and this far outwards, and already know. Stupid holster coming off! I'm really finna trash this shit. For real. But, moving on with the leg articulation, he has a thigh swivel, double joint knees that get pretty good range, ankle articulation that goes down fine but doesn't go upwards much, and surprisingly has a good ankle rocker, so that is nice. Then lastly, he has a toe joint. So yeah, his articulation overall is decent. It's mainly limited by the poor torso movement, as that crunch is just unacceptable. But at least I've still been able to give him some somewhat cool poses, and I'm sure some of y'all will as well. So let's now do some figure comparisons. First, here's Kafka next to Figuarts Reno. I think they look fine next to each other and have been really cool to have them pose up together in their Defense Force suits. Then here he is next to his Kaiju number 8 form. This works since he is bigger in his Kaiju form. Also, you can't really part swap with these two, but it is fun to attempt. Would have been cool if this Kafka came with some sort of transformation accessory, now that I'm thinking about it. Then here he is next to Kaiju number 9. Good scale and are fun to pose next to each other. Then here he is next to SH Figuarts Sakamoto. Here he is next to SHF Gon and Killua. Here he is next to SH Figuarts Luffy and Zoro. Here he is next to Storm Marina Yujiro. Here he is next to SH Figuarts Shin Gojo. Here he is next to Demon Aqua Fit Goku. And lastly, here he is next to Storm Collectibles Yujiro Hama. And yeah, overall, this is an unacceptable release in my opinion. This figure costs around 9,000 yen in Japan, which is like $60 plus USD, and if you wanted to buy from an American retailer, it would be like $90 plus. That's ridiculous and not right for this figure. This figure should not cost no more than like $30, as first, he doesn't look like Kafka to me. I've tried to accept it, but I can't. It's just not right. And I even asked y'all on Insta, and a lot of people feel the same way. And then his accessory spread is a joke. Only 3 faces, 6 hands, a gun, and a DLC piece is a very slim selection for the price. Oh, and I can't forget the ugly gun holster. Like y'all, SH Figuarts Toji retails the same as this guy and comes with more. Shit, Usopp retails for cheaper and offers more. It's ridiculous. Like, bro's the main character of his show. He should not have a skimpy selection. And then his articulation is decent, as it's held back greatly because of the poor torso movement. So overall, this figure is a mid-release. And this is frustrating because I was actually excited about this guy, as I like Kafka in his human form, and figured the figure would be fine. But it's just not an acceptable release. And I know, some of y'all don't see anything wrong with this figure and still want it because y'all love Kafka, which is fine. Even I had some fun with this figure, and I'm sure some of y'all might. But I seriously don't recommend anyone paying retail for this guy. Wait for like a Prime Day deal or something, y'all. And I'm honestly saddened because I enjoy the series and I like Kafka. Maybe the next human releases might be better, as those don't look as bad, but I don't even know anymore. Y'all let me know what y'all think about them. And that's it for this one, guys. I honestly hate how negative I was because I love Tamashii and the figures they make, but we can't accept paying more for less, especially when the figure doesn't live up to the company's standards. Hopefully this is one of the last times like this, because future releases in this line and other lines do seem to be worth it and better. But yeah, that is it for this one, guys. Thank you guys for all the support and for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see all y'all in the next one. Peace. Also, I'm just gonna put this in at the end of the video. Like, these pouches honestly got worse, like on this side, and yeah, I mean, this is some freaking crap, and